All right, everybody, look, I swear a lot, so don't watch this when your kids are in the room. All right, so here I am. I'm in Kyiv, Ukraine right now. I'm in a section of town called Obolon, and most of you tourists, well, I'm a tourist too, but most of the tourists will not come here because this is like a suburb. It's an area that people live, but everybody tells you to go to city center. City center has a lot of activity. If that's why you're here, then yeah, you'll have fun in city center. But the great thing about Kyiv, or about Ukraine, is the metro is cheap as hell. You can get on the metro for about 2 cents. It's 4 hryvnia, but that's basically 2 cents. This is where I live. It's unfinished. So this was a big development. I live up there. I'll show you the apartment in another video, but the place is really nice. It's about $800 a month. I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. Well, 1.5 bath. As you can see, it's pretty modern around here. Everybody lives in apartments in Ukraine. It's kind of like New York. So there's a pharmacy and a dentist, and everything's pretty much close by. There's a little convenience store right there. That's like a 7-Eleven, except it's a real store. It's just really, really small. We got underground parking here. I am on the same block as a metro stop off of Minska. If you happen to come and you want to go out to eat, the places in city center will be a lot more expensive than the places out in the suburbs where the locals eat. I eat a lot at a place called Mafia. It's really, really cheap. It's got a nice atmosphere. So if you're here and you're going on dates, okay, dig it, a camouflage Porsche. I'm not sure where the fuck he's driving it, but okay. I guess clearly he needs to hide. And the women of Ukraine, if you care about such things, and of course that's why I'm here, the women of Ukraine are I'm very happy here, let's put it that way. I'm gonna go down to the metro and I'm gonna show you guys kind of what the metro is like. Why am I doing walking around videos? Okay, because if you haven't been here, all you really know is what you've seen in the news and what you've read on the internet and whatever, and so many people are trying to get their hands in your pockets. It's hard to know what's real and what's bullshit. Okay, I came out today because it's a sunny day, but it's about 45 degrees, which for me is really comfortable. I'm from kind of all over the place. New Orleans, LA, and Sacramento, California. But you notice everybody else here wearing jackets and hoodies and shit. But when it hits 60 degrees, they're wearing jackets and hoodies and shit. Ukrainians, even though it's really cold here, Ukrainians get cold quick, which I don't know what it's going to be like in winter, but I'll be back in December so I can show you. There's a lot of fresh fruit. A lot of food is very inexpensive here. Clothes are expensive, so don't come here thinking you're going to go on a shopping trip. It's about double the price of USA. This is just a 2-minute walk from my place. Restaurant here. There's a shopping mall right there. And it's a huge shopping mall. I'll show it on another video. But you see there's apartments pretty much everywhere. This guy ran out of money, this developer, so he didn't finish the office building that was supposed to go up front. I'm actually supposed to be able to walk directly to the metro station, which I'm going to right now. But there's a florist and there's all kind of little mom and pop stores right here in between my place and the metro. And you know, it's modern. They got cars, they got, you know, new cars. They cost more here. Don't plan on buying a car here either. Shipping one here is expensive. But for the most part, unless you live out the suburbs, having a car is a pain in the ass. I'm gonna kill this one, and next I'll kind of show you some quick stuff on the metro. All right, I changed my mind. Forgive me, I'm new to this YouTube thing. I don't want to make them too long so they're boring, but I want to try to give you guys an idea what it's like around here. I haven't actually gone down to the metro yet, but I thought we might get lucky and there'd be some girls walking by. So you can kind of see pretty girls. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm a really hard grader. On a scale of 1 to 10, the average woman that you see under 35 is going to be a 7 or an 8. It ain't hard to find a 9. And 10s, especially in city center, you can see about, that wasn't a 10, but still, she was nice. You can see 10s if you're in city center. I'm going to say 3 or 4 an hour. And I hardly give anybody a 10, including like celebrities. So when you guys start to see some of the girls that I've met or gone out with while I was here, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a McDonald's for those of you who care about such things. You know, you food critics. Everything is pretty much right behind me. Little mom and pop stores. There's a pet store, and you can get flowers over there. Convenience store. And again, notice everybody except me is wearing a jacket. I guess I'm just weird. The buses are pretty big. They run all night long, so it's not hard to get around without one. Oh, here's the big one. When you come to Kiev, if you come to Kiev, do not walk right up to a taxi and ask for the taxi. Why? Okay, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I came into town from Poltava, which is a very small city. I'll show you on another video. It was early in the day, let's say about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I came into the train station, and I'm gonna stand right here, and maybe you'll see somebody come up. I came into the train station in the center of Kiev, and I had 3 bags with me because I had flown in with a lot of stuff because I'm here for 3 months, got an apartment now and everything, so I brought a lot of stuff. And I walk up to a taxi. I walk up to the biggest taxi, like, you know, a van, because I've got 3 big bags. The guy tells me 300 grivna, which is about $12. It's like 25 for every $10, or 25 for every $1. So 250 is 10 bucks. Right now I think it's 260, depending on exchange rate, of course. Anyway, so he tells me it's about 300 grivna to go from where I'm at to the apartment, the first apartment I rented. So he takes me, and I happen to have to go back to the train station the next day. When I get on the train station the next day, my local friend tells me how to order a taxi, and they have a service here called Obolon. They also have a couple of 3-digit numbers you can dial, and when you dial those 3-digit numbers, they text you back, and they'll tell you how long the taxi will take and how much it'll be, which is really cool. Taxis here are really, really cheap. I take the same taxi back to the train station the next morning. You know how much it was? 50 grivna, which is like $2. So the lesson there, and locals will tell you that, you don't walk up to a taxi. They don't walk up to taxis. They call them on the phone, one of the 3-digit numbers, or you use Obolon, which is an app, UKLON, if you happen to come to Ukraine. And it's the middle of the day. It's 1 o'clock, so there's not a whole lot of girls walking around right now. Everybody's working. So this is probably a bad time to try to show you how pretty the women of Ukraine are. If you are into, all right, for my brothers, if you are into thick women, this ain't the spot for you. This is probably one of the fittest places I've ever been, and I've lived in LA for about 5 or 6 years. The women are gorgeous. You know that saying LA face with an Oakland booty? There's a lot of LA faces here. I mean, a lot. But if you like them thick, you're not gonna see very much of that here. When and if I take a trip to Brazil, I'll show that. But here it's all thin. Not fashion model thin, but like it's bubbles, all right? So it's like thin waist, nice flat stomach, bubbles. It's not a big titty nation, so you're not gonna get a lot of big breasts here. But the booties are like, you know, bubble butt. And again, it's 45 degrees today, right? She's wearing a jacket, scarf, but she still got on a skirt, stockings, and heels. I've seen, when I was in Poltava, there's a brick street, you know, a cobblestone street. On that cobblestone street, the ladies were walking, pushing their baby carriage, and the baby was maybe 6 months old, so she had the baby not too long ago. She's very fit, very fine, very in shape, wearing heels and a skirt. This is in the summer, on a cobblestone street wearing high heels. Now, any of you fellas that have walked around with a lady on a cobblestone street in USA knows she's not gonna walk on that street, or she's gonna hold on to you for dear life. They're walking down the street pushing a baby carriage. Oh, I missed one. Well, maybe you saw her behind my back and I wasn't paying attention because I'm too busy talking. But all right, I'm gonna head down to the metro and show you a little bit of that.